Live.
Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and the like. Thanks for joining me today as we uncover the mysteries of the Mandela effect itself and find out the true meaning of it all. We must discover what is really happening, what is really going on here, to change these things that we know and hold dear to us. And let us help others discover the meaning of the Mandela effect and how it affects them and the price of milk. Thank you. And be sure to hit the like and subscribe down below.
All right, hey guys, welcome to another great show. We're going to be talking about Mandela effects. Join with me is Sandy and Teresa, and we are getting ready to present to you guys some really good Mandela effects. So can't wait to bring it to you. Let's see here. Okay. All right, Teresa, would you like to start off with the birthdays?
Yes, I will.
Teresa, did you send Brian? Teresa, did you send Brian your article?
Yes, I did. Brian, you got the article? The bizarre thing?
Because I want to know about it. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So I'm going to call out the rest of July's birthdays and August. This way I can get them all. July 22nd, we had Linda Langley. July 25th, CJ Wood. July 29th, Alex State. And I'm going to go into August now. August 2nd is Christian. August 3rd is Eleanor Lynn Baines. And the same day is Geoff Pilkington. I'm probably messing his name up. Sorry. August 9th is Michael Fontaine. And Sandy, your birthday is August 16th. Happy early birthday, Sandy.
Thank you, Teresa.
August 20th is Rick Satterwhite. The 21st is Lily Chelly. I always mess her name up too. August 26th, we have two people sharing that day. It's Sarah Stout, and Stasha Erickson. August 27th is Sheena Redway. August 29th is David Johnston, a.k.a. Dolly Had Braces. And the last one on August 31st is Jaw Nicholson. And that's everybody. Happy early birthday, everybody.
Happy early birthday. And
Yep.
Happy early birthday, Lily Shell.
I know.
So she knows who we're talking about.
I was calling Chelly or Julie.
I think it's short
if
for
you're
Michelle,
listening.
Teresa.
Okay. I always mess her name up. I apologize.
It's okay.
Such a cute name. I like to play with her name.
Sandy, you got a question from Ralph.
Question.
Yes, I am totally a Leo.
Nah.
100%. Always have been. Never been a Virgo, as some claim.
Yeah. It's funny because a couple of years ago we were talking about that. Like, what was it, 3 years ago at one of our shows? We were talking about how the zodiac changed.
Yes,
crazy.
and mine did not change for me. I'm still a Leo. Old, what's it called? Old zodiac and new zodiac. That's
Wow.
Lucky you.
Auspicious or whatever it is.
According to the new zodiac, I'm supposed to be the Ophiuchus, that the new kid on the block, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So wait, let's say hello to John Nada's here. Unimatrix, welcome. Wizardry. Jennifer's Dog Rescue, welcome. We have Ralph, of course, and Belater. Good to see you guys. We also have a few lurkers in the chat room. Welcome, lurkers. Come say hi and participate. So much more fun that way. Unless you can't. If you're working or something, we understand. Before we start...
Yes, before we start, I just wanted to give you guys an update with Sandy's GoFundMe. We're trying to raise $5,500 because that will keep Sandy from being evicted. As you guys know, some of you guys here are new, so maybe you don't know, but Sandy is facing eviction due to, with the whole uh, COVID funding or whatever and Joey being out of work, and so we are raising this money to help her out. So anything you guys can give would be fantastic, whether it be $2, $20, whatever you can give. If anything else, just share it with your friends so we can get this rolling for Sandy.
Thank you, Brian. That's
To
not
help
what I was
her
going
out.
to say, though, but thank
Thank
you,
you,
Brian.
Dan. Dan gave 100. We had several anonymous donations. um, I've given 25 so far myself, and I'm going to give more the next time I get paid next week. So I'll be sending out some more to Sandy. But yeah,
Thank
just want to
you,
give you
Brian.
guys an update now with the show. So
No, before we start, I wasn't even talking about this. I want to also mention, I want to say a prayer. I want you to lead a
sure.
prayer, Brian, for Joanne Steen, who's been on this show a couple times, and Jeff Zanzibar and Tina, that they get well very soon.
Yes, definitely need our prayers right now, Joanne. She needs it. It's cancer is a very scary thing. Um, yeah, there's the GoFundMe in the chat. I just sent it out if you guys would like to donate. Thank you, Ralph.
There's
Yeah,
also a GoFundMe for Joanne Steen. Can you get that link too, Brian?
yeah, I can
Or
I
do you want
can
me
I
to
can
get it?
post that one as well.
Joanne Steen. So this one really touches home for me because I had ovarian cancer in 2016. And they tell you at 5 years that for all intents and purposes, you are cured. It doesn't come back in 5 years. It's
Okay,
not coming back.
where is her GoFundMe? I'm not pulling it up easily.
That's because it's help my mom. I'll go get it from this character. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah, that would be great.
So they tell you that at 5 years you're cured. And Joanne had cancer 20 years ago. And the same cancer is back 20 years later. That's terrifying to me. Like, I believed them when they said, at 5 years you're cured. So I'm really praying for her. This is her GoFundMe link in the chat that I just posted. She needs help as well. I know everybody's tapped out at the moment. Everybody is broke. We can really both use your help. And if you can't afford to donate, please share it because you never know who can help and who can't. But I want her to know that I'm praying for her, and I really hope that she can beat it again this time. And Jeff, praying for Jeff and Tina. I don't know if we're
Yeah,
allowed
Jeff.
to divulge. We're just praying for them. I don't know if we're supposed to say
Can
or
we
not.
talk about Jeff's situation?
I do not know.
Okay.
I don't know.
He has the cooties right now. We'll just say that yeah. So we just have to pray for him that he goes okay through the it's I've had it before. I've had it last year. The old Niner. Okay.
And I had it in May.
Yep. And we just pray for Jeff, guys. That he should be back on the show. Yeah, I don't know if we'll have a show next week. So we may have a bye week next week because I'll be on the road. Honestly, I'll be on the road, Sandy. Saturday and Sunday, like 12 hours on the road or more.
Well, maybe we can do like a Wednesday show or something. Who knows?
I could probably do that. We'll have to see how it goes. We can probably squeeze that in. Yeah, let's go ahead and get on with the show. Are
Sounds
we good, Sandy?
We're good. We can go to Teresa's article now.
Okay. Did you send? Thank you for sending out the GoFundMe for her campaign.
No problem.
Notice it says "Help my mum," because that's how they talk in England, right?
Australia.
Australia, yeah. There too.
There too, yes.
Yep. All right. Teresa, you want to talk about this article that I'm about to present?
You need to bring it up first so I can read it.
Right. Yeah.
I really didn't get very much. I didn't get to look at it very much. I just got my attention. A mysterious red glow over the Atlantic Ocean leaves a pilot baffled. Can you scroll down, Brian? You can show pictures. We all right there. Perfect. We all see mesmerizing views when flying, but some are more exceptional than others. A pilot flying over the Atlantic noticed one of these. According to a post shared on Reddit, the caption says mysterious red glow seen over the Atlantic. Pilot says he's never seen anything like this via July. I guess they're saying that's now. Is there anything else about it?
Well, Brenda, this girl Brenda O'Keefe says I saw that what I thought was a ball lightning in the sky out my front window 3 nights ago. It was round, really bright, and it flashed, and it was strange. Could this be biblical? You know,
I don't know. I wanted to find more about that though. Is there any more information about it, or is it just comments?
Yeah. I don't know.
There's a link there. Isn't there a link? Wait, isn't there a link below it? I see something blue below. What's that? Oh, there you go. There's the link. Okay.
Here it is. This is the real article.
You want to read it? Brian, go ahead. You read it because I have to strain my eyes. Go ahead.
All right, that's fine. So the images show an almost frightening red glow that can't be explained. This did not stop people from commenting on the thread with their own thoughts on what the phenomenon might be, or maybe fishing vessels have never clustered so much to concentrate so much light. So there's 3 possible scenarios. 1, fish population is down to small concentrations. 2, Chinese fishing boats have fished out the Pacific and are now factory fishing in the Atlantic. 3, Atlantic-based fishing boats have adopted China's factory fishing strategy. None of these are good outcomes. Good luck to the fish, said one Redditor. But yeah, there's the photos. So a pilot actually caught this.
Pretty amazing, huh, Brian? What is that? You know what it looks like? Weird. Like fires. Doesn't it look like fires?
Yeah,
it does. But I covered that lightning now comes in every color of the rainbow, and my guess is that's what red lightning would look like from above.
Oh wow! What else is it saying about it?
So one of the others ventured out that it might be the end of times. One Redditor says, if I'm not wrong, the first Doom game was set in 2022. So this is it. There comes the demons. There is the end. It's so hot the ocean is getting wildfires now, said one commenter. I mean, I watched a video, you guys, and I'm not sure if you guys seen the same one, but there was a, those Ring doorbells, how they capture camera video.
Oh, they get the weird stuff. Those doorbells.
There was a UPS delivery guy that was on a delivery, and the Ring camera caught him almost falling out from heat exhaustion.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and they explained it was 110-degree weather. We've been having such hot weather. I mean, oh my gosh, it's like when a majority of the country gets over 100 degrees, that's a problem.
It was 111 here last week.
Did you see hang on? Did you see like things melting? Like was
No, I didn't see no melting, and I don't have no eggs to fry.
You know how sometimes when it's really hot, you can see like the haze or whatever coming off objects.
Yeah, the illusion. Yeah.
Yeah, like like heat coming off of something. You can see like haze.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know I've been in the South like 20 something years, and we've had some pretty hot weather here. And I've seen quite a bit of haze, especially here lately. Um,
I've seen it my whole
we
life
get
up
we get
here.
during the summers we get a lot of rainbows because it's like get a lot of these spotty showers that come through, and then
Hmm.
of course the sun's shining, so we get a lot of those summer rainbows.
Yeah, we do too up here. But see,
Really?
the reason why we're so hot right now is because we're unusually dry. Usually we will have a storm when it's this hot, and we're not having it. Before we go further, welcome Confused Jack, Burgos, and Donna Sandoval. They all showed up after we started going. So, hey guys.
So you see these articles showing up all the time. Uh, Seems like this was a great buzz from most recent posts. So, and that was
There was
July 23rd. July 23rd. So
there was another one that no one talked about. It rained anchovies in San Francisco recently. Did you hear
I
about
heard
that?
about that. That's crazy.
And no one talked about it. Raining anchovies in San Francisco. Crazy.
Well, we have quite a bit of folders to go over. I see, Sandy, there's like at least 8 here. So
Oh, there's
we're
one that,
blessed.
yes, go down to the bottom and scroll and then work your way up.
Okay.
Ugh.
All right. So we're talking about a magazine change here. Hey, Michael Fontaine. Wizardry's here also. In the UK, 104 degrees. Wow. That's pretty hot.
Hey, Wizardry. That would broke all
For
records
the
in the UK.
UK, that is super hot. Yeah.
I'm alone on this one, 100%. No one remembers it like me. That's okay. People online do. There's residue.
The title of a well-known and referenced magazine has changed for Sandy.
Yes.
So
For
I guess
Sandy. Oh.
Yeah, this is a different one, Teresa.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like my magazine one.
All right. You want to read? You want to read this one, Sandy?
Go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna start documenting these so we have something for our description.
Okay. So I know I am alone because not a single person remembers this like me. What is the name of this magazine? U.S. News and World what? So Josh Penn, welcome, says report. Hey Joe, welcome. He says, no one pulled out their pizzas in San Fran. I don't think they put live anchovies on the pizza. Michael Fontaine, U.S. News and World blank. Wizardry says record. Review says confused Jack. You guys are confusing. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I've always known. You know what I know this magazine from the most besides using it for like references for school papers and stuff? Commercials in the middle of the night in the 80s. Remember when they used to like advertise magazines and give away free stuff when you subscribe for a year? Things like that.
Anybody on this one? Anyone know that?
I'm not sure, Burgos, but I would definitely say what you remember makes more sense. That's a question for Teresa. Teresa. Teresa?
Did we lose Teresa?
She's there, but she's not talking. She's muted.
What? What?
Burgos asks,
What?
James Brown's song, it's a world. What's the blank in the middle?
James Brown's song?
Yeah. Do you remember it's a man's world or it's a man's world?
One man's. One.
It's three
One.
now.
What?
Burgos, we'll look into that. I'm going to take a screenshot. We'll look into
Yeah,
that for
thank you. Yeah, yeah. For me, it was only man's, not man's. Oh, how many? It was only
Welcome,
one.
Trish Talk Live. Trish Talk Live says report. Scott Garrison's here. Hey, he says report. Typo's here. Welcome, says report.
Typo.
Definitely report, says Trish Talk Live. John Nada says report. I told you I'm alone on this. Joe Bloor says report. And Jennifer's Dog Rescue says report.
Oh, wow.
Scott Garrison had a subscription when I was 10 years old. That's awesome.
I remember this magazine, Sandy.
I know. And no one remembers it like I do.
Can I go ahead and move on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, this was always U.S. News and World Reports. Always reports from around the world, not just a report from the world. There is no world governance board that could send out a report. It was always reports. And just to get it out there, someone already said to me, no, I'm not thinking of Consumer Reports. They were both reports for me. Yes, please, Burgos. That way I remember. I did take a screenshot, but the email would also help.
Oh, I'm sorry. So just to get this out there, so someone already said this to you.
Yes,
Not the
and
consumers.
that's why I put it there. I remember both of them being reports. So the next slide, the top right, is the most important residue because this woman was on the cover and she remembers reports.
Wow.
But there was a ton of residue for reports. So even though I'm alone in the Mandela community, there are tons of people online that remember it like I do.
Again, the green border surrounding the residue is so that in case Sandy's residue changes, it will at least preserve the fact that it was there.
But later says, I agree with Sandy's memory on reports. Thank you. You're the first. Yay, you're the first. And some of these would sound just fine if they just said, like, yes, U.S. News and World Report does have a list of the best cars for short people. So it's not like they put the S there to make it sound right. It would sound right either way. They just remember the S. Thank you, Burgos. I mean, some of them printed it, made graphics where they wrote reports on it. And then some wrote reports in their tweet, but the image says report.
What do you think about this one, Teresa? You've seen tons and tons of residue. What do you think? Are you with Sandy on this one, or are you like?
I'm alone, Brian. Well,
I
remember
with the net. What is she remembering?
I remember reports.
Yeah, I remember without the S. So yeah, we're not on the same page.
Nope.
Sorry, Sandy.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. There is tons of residue, though.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of makes you wonder, you know? That's all. It's funny how it mentions Alabama right there.
Yep.
That's where I'm at.
A lot of colleges were getting it wrong. That's a duplicate slide. We're done.
All right. Okay, moving down the list. So that's our first one.
Yep.
We like to bring some a lot of new things to your attention, guys. Sometimes it's not always Mandela effect related, but that's keeps the world going, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you gotta find things that are out of the mundane, I guess. So here we go. So this is the rice paddies of China. Am I?
Yes. If we
Yeah.
can see them. You're not. Oh, there you go. All right, for those that missed it, here we go. We're doing this one again. Not saying this place is a Mandela, but it's supposed to say a beautiful place. I've never heard of, so I wanted to share. It's not on my screen yet. The delay is real, guys.
Hey, what is this? What is this effect called?
Oh, the Yuanyang terraces, or you can put rice paddies of China.
Okay.
The Yuanyang terraces, located in Yunnan, China, are man-made rice paddy terraces built by the Han people 1,200 years ago. Built into the hillside with slopes between 15 and 75 degrees, they span 4 counties and nearly 1 million acres in total. They're a huge tourist attraction, and I've never heard of this place. But what makes these terraces... Oh, you want to read?
Sure. But what makes these terraces extra special are the amazing colors that they reflect on the rice paddy pools from the sun and sky that make them look like real-life oil paintings.
And I've said this the other 2 times I presented this. I believe algae plays a role, and you're going to see that in the daytime photos that I'm going to be showing you. I do believe algae plays a role, but didn't say it did. 1 million acres, yes. It's just...
So the colors change throughout the day, from green to oranges to red to full-on rainbow. Oh, you're right. Wow. That is bizarre.
You see what I mean with the daytime ones? It looks like some of them have algae making the color.
I think you're right. So which one of these is your favorite?
It's everything. I think it's sky and sun reflections and the algae.
Yeah, but probably not a Mandela, but absolutely stunning.
Yeah, maybe, Josh. He says, wow, that looks like an enchanted land. Maybe the way the earth used to look? Maybe. I mean, they're 1,200 years old. It's the angles that they use to build them into the hillside that makes them reflect everything so perfectly. It's like they did that on purpose to make it look beautiful.
All right, so a fast food compilation. Teresa, you're up.
Teresa, you read something. You only have 2 folders, so you read.
Okay. All right. Tonight I present a compilation of possible Mandela effects, all related to fast food from the 70s through the 90s. I don't remember ever hearing of these things, so I'm really curious if these are new for you too. Number 1, we're going to talk about KFC. Most of us are familiar with Kentucky Fried Chicken, but do you remember Kentucky Fried Roast Beef?
Only because we've been hearing about it.
The official name was Kentucky Roast Beef and Ham, and they sold hot roast beef and ham sandwiches and platters, as well as barbecue ribs.
Which I would have loved to have tried.
Interesting. Go ahead, Brian.
Sure.
I was going to call you Curiouser. To be fair, they opened in 1968 and within a year had 100 stores, but the chain was completely defunct by 1970. However, the signage for KRB stayed up on stores converted to KFCs. Some stayed up through the 1990s, so it's possible we could have seen the signage before. Interesting.
For those that haven't seen this presentation yet, can you get back for a second, Brian?
Yep.
Okay.
That is a KFC that used to be a Kentucky Roast Beef, but they left the sign up for unknown reasons. But I don't know why they wouldn't just take it down and replace it with KFC, but they didn't.
Interesting. All right, and we're going to move on for some pictures.
And again, I'm going to say the top left is Burger King. I saw roast beef. When I'm putting the images, when I'm doing the slides, the images are really small, and all I could see was roast beef. I couldn't see that Burger King until it was on the screen.
So you thought it was the KFC, KF whatever it's called.
And then when it was bigger on the screen, I could see that it was actually.
You're like, oops.
Yeah.
Oops. All right, so here's some of the items from the Kentucky roast beef place. Look how cheap they were too. $1.19. Am I seeing that right?
You are.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh, that won't buy you much today.
You'll be lucky to get a soda for that.
Yeah. No, actually, sodas are a little bit more than that now.
I know.
Some of them are. All right. Next slide, Brian, please. And here's some more pictures, a menu, just a little bit of everything there.
The top menu, let me explain that. It says Kentucky Fried Chicken, but when they were transitioning Kentucky beef and ham stores to KFC, they also sold ham and beef at the KFC.
I see it. Yeah, it's on the right there. If you look, you see sandwiches, and you look below it, you see the roast beef on the left and the baked ham on the right. Wow, cheap, 79 cents. That is a long time ago.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go on to the next one, which is a different restaurant, fast food.
Before you start reading, Belater says, LOL, nope. Wow, that looks so wrong, says Josh Penn. Going back to the previous one, Donna says, seems like Nat Geo type shows would have been showing this, talking about the rice patties.
Yeah.
And Josh Penn says, going back to KFC, I've never heard of this. Not even my folks know. Belater says, I was born in Kentucky in 1970. Never seen it as a child.
Wow.
Burgos, all this is new to me. I have only known KFC.
Me
And I
too.
think that's it.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah, they were
Brian.
hamming it up.
Number 2, we're going to talk about McDonald's now. Nothing today compares to the magic of the McDonald's playplace of the 1980s. I love the 1980s. It was a good time.
It was. It was a good decade.
Yeah. It was a really good decade. Love to go back to it one day if there was time travel. All right. Next, please. But looking at old photos, I saw something I've never seen before, which adds an extra creepiness to the play area. Have you ever seen this Slender Man-esque hamburger
Swing
burger?
set. Hamburger. It's hamburger.
That thing creeps me out every time I look at that, Sandy.
Good night,
Beetlejuice.
Ralph.
It's
Good night, Ralph.
Beetlejuice.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for coming.
Brian, every time I see that, I think Beetlejuice.
That's what I just said, Beetlejuice.
He thought the same thing, Beetlejuice. I knew it. I knew it. I'm good. I wasn't alone on that
What is
one.
this? Hey, what is this folder?
It's a swing set. It's
No, what
got a
is this
swing on
folder?
each arm.
No, the folder. He wants to know what the folder is. He's trying to document everything.
Oh, it's fast food compilation.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, whenever you're ready, Brian.
If you want to be specific, you can say Kentucky roast beef, McDonald's, and Burger King.
3 fast foods in one we're going to talk about. I've seen the hamburger slide, but never that creepy statue. I don't see how a kid would want to get on that thing.
And I loved the swing set. If I had ever seen that in any of the play places I've been in, I would have gone right to that first.
Okay, Brian.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
I
we remember the
that.
hamburger though.
I remember that hamburger one.
Yeah, but there's a change you're going to see in a minute. There's a change about it. I also have no memory of the cop's hat having a hole at the top. See the hole up there? In my past, you could only climb into the hamburger's jail, which you see the bars there. Do you remember being able to climb higher into the hat? What do you remember, Brian?
I remember that cage part of it.
No, but do you remember above it where it's got a hole? Sandy and I do not remember that having a hole, and you never could go up there. That's so funny. What does the chat remember? Do you remember this?
Nothing. There's nothing in the chat about this yet.
Okay. Well, we'll just move on. Could be a little bit older for people. You know what I mean? Brian, go back.
Oh.
I have to mute for 1 second. You know what to explain, right, Teresa? I had to close the door. Silas opened it.
Oh, okay. I also have no memory of the comp. Did I just read this one? I think I just did.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Okay. I have no memory of the comp's hat having a hole at the top. In my past, you could only climb into the hamburger jail. Do you remember being able to climb higher into the hat? Hope I just didn't say this. All right, go ahead. And these are pictures of it with the hole. And you're going to get a better view of when you go up there what you see from the other side. Because right now you're looking like, well, how'd you get up to the hole? She's got a picture that shows you. You'll see in a minute.
Top left, you can see the ladder that goes all the way up.
Yeah, see it if you zoom in. The top left, there's like a ladder to get up there. If you decide you don't want to go to the hamburger part, you can just go straight to the top and skip the hamburger one with the bars.
Yes, Josh Penn, you could climb up there and look out the holes. There's actually 4 holes in each direction, I guess, like, north, south, east, and west. And someone could climb up there and look out the holes at the top of the hat, and I don't remember that. And it's both ways now, because there are some without the holes.
Interesting.
Okay, go ahead, Brian. The last thing I have no memory of: birthday crowns and hats at McDonald's. All right.
I should have specific. I'm going to tell you, birthday crowns and hats at McDonald's in the 1980s. I do remember them later on, like in the 90s, but not when I was a kid. They didn't have them when I was a kid. Maybe it's the birthday parties I went to. Maybe it was because maybe New Jersey didn't have them. I don't know. But we did not have them in the 80s where I was.
Okay.
Yeah, Brian.
These were only available at Burger King in my past. Do you remember these? Whoa, that looks weird. Number 3, we're going to go on to Burger King. Speaking of Burger King, this change is much more recent. The mid-1990s to be exact. Do you remember sit-down table service with servers at Burger King? Yeah, just bring me my burger. I'm going to go sit over there, you know? Isn't that crazy, Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember servers.
Well, are you supposed to tip them? That's what I'm curious about. I mean, you go to a restaurant, you tip servers, so you tip on a burger.
It seems like they make you tip at a lot of places now. Like,
yeah.
They used to not do it.
Before you go further, welcome Regis Turslow Bear, who says, wait, what? There was always a hole. And for me, there was never a hole.
Interesting.
And to this, Josh Penn says, ha, no. Popcorn at Burger King.
From 4 to
Wizardry
8.
does remember it in the UK. Yeah, Teresa.
From 4 to 8 p.m. Oh, Brian, go back.
Oh, we.
From 4 to 8 p.m., you would order your food the normal way. You get a number instead of your food. You then pick a table and munch on free popcorn while you wait for a server to bring you your food. That's a good idea. Fill up on popcorn when your food comes. You can't eat it all.
Exactly. Virgo says no servers ever for me. Same.
Nope. And why would you want to eat popcorn before you eat your main meal? I mean,
no idea.
You know what I mean? The popcorn can be filling. I know that. Especially if you eat a lot of it. All right. Go ahead, Brian. Please. And here's some pictures of people being served. You can see the lady waitress in the top left corner. And you can see people getting their popcorn as well. You see the little buckets behind this guy, and then the other pictures, table service. Good pictures, Sandy.
Thank you. I had to watch a lot of commercials to get them.
Oh my God! I wonder where this was at. Do you know? Like, was it a regional thing?
It was in the U.S. and apparently in the U.K. as well, because Wizardry remembers it in the U.K.
How come I don't remember this?
I don't either. I was in my 20s too. I should have remembered.
And I was, let's see, I graduated in 81, so I was about 17. So yeah, I was 17 in 1981. So you think I'd remember this, you know?
No, this was not in the mid-90s, Teresa.
Okay, I'm even older then.
Yeah.
I
agree.
remember.
Virgo says Burger King with servers. That would be a diner. No way. Agreed.
Yeah. Very, very true. Okay, Brian. Along with the table service, they introduced new basket meals, including fried shrimp, which came with coleslaw or salad and French fries or a baked potato. Do you remember any of this?
You guys remember them serving shrimp and fried chicken and meatloaf sandwiches?
Well, I'm going to start salivating here in a minute. What do you think, Brian? You remember any of this?
No,
No, me neither.
no, definitely not.
Okay. All right, and here's some pictures. The different foods, table service, shrimp, steak, a little bit of everything. Baked potato there. Yum, yum. Okay, go ahead. Are any of these new for you? I can't say they are definite changes, but they are new for me. So I thought I'd ask. So look at that, reserved for table service Monday to Friday. Interesting.
And it said 4 to 8 p.m., but it got cut off.
Ah, okay.
I wanted the logo in there. So
I don't know what's going on with the Colonel, but why does he look kind of off?
I know he looks completely different for the Kentucky roast beef, like different in everything. Every signage they had, he looked different.
Yeah, I mean, it's like he's changed his look for different things. You know, like, okay, you're gonna have this look for this and this look for that. Looks weird.
Now, actually, Colonel Sanders isn't wearing an ankh. It's more, he's wearing a tie, but it looks like a little stick figure man with a gigantic head. That's all I see now.
It does.
That's
That's
all
funny.
I
A big
see. Welcome, Oren Zerial. Did I pronounce that right? I'm sorry if I didn't. I tried.
Oh.
Hey, Maddie, welcome.
Hi, Maddie. Welcome. All right, go ahead, Brian. I think we're almost done with this one.
Okay.
Is it the end of this one, Sandy?
That's the end of this one.
Can we do my new one? I'm starting to. Or not yet. Can we do the new one, or you want to wait?
We're going from bottom to top so he doesn't miss anything.
Ah, okay. All right. And what's the next one? Thank you, Brian.
No problem at all. You want to do, which one are we doing now?
The next one you have, Brian. What's there?
Yep. Just waiting for it to load.
All right.
I know Sydney. Sydney's been on our show.
Oh, Sydney Silver?
Yeah.
I haven't seen her around lately. It's been a
Is she
while.
okay?
I don't know. Anybody know anything about Sydney Silver?
Well, Oren's saying, has anyone ever heard of Sydney Silver?
Yes. I think we had her on one time, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, she's very interesting. I really enjoyed her, what she had to say. Very interesting.
What? She passed away?
What?
Wait, who?
What? Wait a minute.
No, she did not.
Wait, who?
Sydney passed away?
What?
Stop. I got to go to Facebook.
Are you sure?
I'm wondering if we're talking about, I hope we're talking about different Sydneys.
There's only one Sydney Silver, Sandy. Go to her Facebook and see what it says.
There's a post by James who says, I miss you so much, May 14th. She did. She passed away.
What does this say, Sandy? Oh, no.
January 23rd.
This person, Orange says, I'm getting into her work. Unfortunately, she passed, but she was onto something regarding the Mandela effect. I never knew her, but
Oh my God. I can't believe she died December 12th, 2021.
No. But they said it was cancer. Oh, no. You know she had cancer.
She had cancer?
That's what it says. Oren said she died. Well, I think he was trying to say died. She died of cancer. What else do you know, Oren? Oh, I really liked her too.
I did too.
Do you know, Sandy? Do you know how old she was? Does it say her age? Well, how
No.
old?
Well, yeah, I have her birthday, but I'm not gonna say it. She was
She was
my
pretty
age. We'll just say she was my age, okay?
Hey, last fly boy. Brian, this is really sad. I really liked her a lot.
I'm sorry.
You're gonna have to let the Scarab Crew know too, Sandy, when you talk to him.
Thank you for letting us know, Warren.
Ugh. He said it was in 2021, like when she passed.
December.
Oh my God, I didn't even know she was even sick. I mean, the last couple of years had the whole TV going on, so everybody was kind of out of the loop. You know what I mean? Staying home and the whole thing, but nobody knew really much what was going on. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
It's not your fault. I appreciate you telling us. I didn't even know.
I was wondering why I haven't seen her lately. You know?
Yeah. Hi, last fly boy.
Oh. I guess we this is me. I guess we should move on. I'm sorry about that. I'll say a prayer for her before I go to bed tonight, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a new one that I just found the other day, and I was like, what the heck? A favorite snack of the early 1980s. I don't know if you guys heard of these before. That was discontinued in the early 2000s. Nabisco cheese tid, but I'm not going to say the rest of it. Fill in the rest. Nabisco cheese tid. Brian, do you know this one? Like I said, this is great.
Is it tidbits?
Yeah.
I feel like it's tidbits.
With an F?
Yeah.
Thank you. Now I want to see what the audience says. Chat. What do you remember?
Says bites. Last fly boy says bits or bites.
Wow.
JT74 welcome says bits. Michael Fontaine says nibs.
No, not yet.
We're getting to that.
He's trying to get ahead. Bit for Josh 10. Scott Garrison never had them. Yeah, these are kind of old. JT74 welcome. Bit.
Maddie says bits.
Ooh. Look at that, Sandy.
I agree with you. I don't know what you're saying. I agree.
No, I know. I was just shocked that everybody remembers it like me.
Oh, the way you said it was like you don't remember it like I do. Look, Sandy, see?
I thought maybe you might get an update in the middle of the show. All right, well, let's move on.
Jack says, I mean, it's got to be bits, right?
You guys are going to be shocked. Watch this. Brian, you're going to see, you're going to go, no way. This one blew me away. I remember tidbit, but it's always been tidbit. And I saw this on a retro 1970s video the other day, which showing all these old foods from the 70s and 80s. I was like, no way, it's not tidbit.
Yeah, that's
just
wrong.
Like, yeah, I stopped dead in my tracks. I was like looking at it, going, no. It lost the Z or the S depending on your reality. The S is now missing from Nabisco cheese tidbit. Now it's tidbit. Look at that, Brian. Isn't that crazy?
That is
and look at
crazy.
the space next to it. It looks like there could have been an S there. Like it was just a race. Like in Back to the Future. Race from reality.
Maddie says so whack, and JT says no way.
See? Yeah, like I said, I was excited when I found this one. I'm like,
So before we go any further, we're going to ask the chat. Nabisco also had a product which is still available today. cheese NI blank S. What is the name that you remember?
What do I remember?
Cheese. I'm going to write it in the chat. Brian, what do you remember? Cheese what?
Bellatrix says you only get one bit.
Just one.
One bit, that's all you get.
Oh my gosh. I got to unhide everybody's comment.
Why?
So nips for Confused Jack.
Oren's got more information about what happened if you want to read it.
Register Slow Bear. I got it now. It was the type messing me up. It's so small. Says nips. Belater says nips. Last Flyboy says nibs. Love them, says Maddie. Speaking of Cheez-Its. Brian, do you remember Nabisco cheese nips or Nabisco cheese nibs?
I remember cheese nibs.
With a P?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because there's a discrepancy in the papers. So go ahead, Teresa.
Okay. Next, please, Brian. And look at this. Residue for tidbits.
And when you're done, Brian, zoom in on the bottom, please.
And there's some residue there too, right?
There is, but it also says Nabisco cheese nibs, not nips.
Yeah, that'll make no sense.
Hey, Philo.
Hey, Philo, welcome.
I'm
Tidbits.
sure they did.
More residue. Oh, there's some residue for Cheez-It. It was crazy. I was like, double residue right there. I love the double residue. Sandy, can you do me a favor? Did you save my residue for the Fruit of the Loom?
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. What did you say, Teresa?
Did you save that residue for Fruit of the Loom? Because it's brand new, like brand spanking new, never been seen.
What residue? Stay here, Brian. What residue?
The Fruit of the Loom, the one that I found. I sent you.
I didn't see it. Register Slow Bear says, Sandy, you're the first person to call me by that name. Must be the Philly connection. Everyone else calls me Regis Terslow Bear. You're the first to see the double name. That's awesome. Brian, as you can see here, 2 of the residues that Teresa sent me
Okay.
say Nabisco cheese nibs. Right next to the box it says cheese nips.
That's interesting. So which
It's very
one is
interesting. It's cheese nips. But the paper got it wrong twice with cheese nibs.
it? So it's nips or nibs now?
It's nips.
Oh.
But the paper is saying nibs. Right next to nips. So I think it might be, even though I have the current memory of cheese nips, it may be in Mandela. I think Philo remembers nibs, right, Philo?
It might have been cheese nibs.
Mm-hmm. It does sound, you know what?
Seth, you remember cheese nibs or cheese nips? I think it might have been cheese nibs.
And Maddie remembers nibs and says, I don't want to live in a world of cheese nips. Philo does recall nibs. I thought you did, yeah. So I'm going to have to look into this more.
Well, I have a box right here, Ritz. It says cheese nibs on it, but
yeah, Ritz has cheese nibs. Yes. But I think Ritz came after Nabisco. So it's not like Nabisco called them nips because nibs was already taken.
definitely worth looking into. What do you guys think?
Hey,
Oh, it's
Brian.
not. Hold on a minute,
Mhm.
Josh. They're not the same. They're different products. Buy Nabisco.
Thing is,
Brian, I
like,
have what to do on your phone, okay?
I mean, I'm looking at a box here from eBay. It says cheese nibs. There's plenty of residue.
Hmm.
Uh, all right. So these more residues. Sorry, I was stuck on the cheese nibs.
It's okay. There's a good deal of residue for tidbits.
I knew this was a Mandela effect, guys. I knew it.
Well, that's not the only thing that's changed. What about? I mean, what about what are those crackers that changed? The square
What?
crackers.
Cheez-Its?
Yeah, Cheez-Its is now Cheez-It.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Maybe this is similar.
Do you remember these tasty snacks like I do, or were they always just tidbit for you? That
And
looks
look
so
at that
weird.
weird font on that old sign. The pointy and off angle C, short bottomed E's, that weird T that curves down in the front and up at the bottom. So weird.
Looks weird. Yeah. I think that's it.
Guys, we do have some new ones coming up.
Oh,
You guys okay? You're not falling asleep or anything?
I'm okay.
All right.
Teresa will be okay once her stuff comes up. She'll be wide awake. Yes, I do remember it. It did. I heard it did catch on fire. Yes, I do remember the Nabisco factory. Now all we have left is Tasty Cake there.
So this is a question of CERN.
Okay,
What is
so
this?
this one is mine.
What is this folder called, Sandy?
So
What
this
should we talk?
is um, the collider at CERN. That's what you can call it.
The collider at CERN.
Mm-hmm. We lost Teresa. I have a question to ask you about the particle accelerator in Geneva, Switzerland at CERN. Okay, so Orinari comes out with Hadron Collider. And so did Register Slow Bear. Now, guys, I presented this last night, and everyone gave me the current reality. And then I changed most of their minds. So LHC at CERN, that can create microscopic black holes on Earth. What do you remember the H standing for? And in the chat, we have Register Slow Bear with Hadron, Orin with Hadron. Philo has seen 3 spellings. Josh is Hedron. Maddie is Hadron. Wizardry is Haldron with an L. Hold on a second. I'm giving the cat water. Sorry, guys. Hadron for JT. Hadron for Last Flyboy. Confused Jack says, okay, now this is concerning. No, I didn't see the comments between all three of you. Why a few weeks ago, Philo? Hadron for Scott.
I say Hadron for me.
Okay, Belater's Hadron. Oh, concerning. I got you. I got you. Orin hears people pronounce it Hadron, too. All right, you can go on, Brian. It was never Hadron for me, or Hadron, however you want to pronounce it. I'm with Wizardry. Where the heck is Teresa? Is she backstage, Brian? I'm not sure if this has been covered by someone else in the community or not, but regardless, it's been bugging me for a long time now. It was Hadron for me, not Hadron. It was the Large Hadron Collider.
Yeah, for me it was Hadron, but then again, I've only seen in recent years.
Okay, Brian. So the top is just showing you where it came from, and you can see here, Large Hadron Collider, Langston University. There's a ton of residue. A ton. And one's on CERN's website. Yeah, Brian. So this is Accent on Research newsletter. And here this person presented a paper, I guess, in physics, particle physics on the Atlas experiment at the Large Hadron Collider. TT says, WTF, it's Hadron. Coleman Crypto says, wow. So up here we have Large Hadron Collider, LHC. The Brookhaven Lab, Large Hadron Collider. I believe it's always been Hadron for you. Next slide, Brian. Here, this guy worked on the Large Hadron Collider. CERN proved the force exists. Large Hadron Collider. So everybody's just spelling it wrong by adding an L. Okay, the top says Large Hadron Collider. The bottom is on CERN's website, and they have Large Hadron Collider on CERN's website.
Could it be one of those things where maybe that's how they have it in their country and then we spell it a different way in our country?
No, this is the only place on their website where it says Hadron. The rest says Hadron. Because it is Hadron. That's why it's Hadron on Wikipedia. I remember Hadron. It is Hadron. I remember an L where there isn't one. The free library has the Large Hadron Collider for this book, but the book is Hadron. Here's a scientific paper that has Hadron as one of the links in the paper. I'm waiting for it to get on my screen, Brian. Hold on a second. So this is a semi-annual report to the U.S. Congress. It says CEO of the Inspector General, National Science Foundation, March 2003. And they have Hadron Collider in the report. Yeah, it just seems odd that everybody's spelling it wrong by adding an L. It's a bit strange. And here's just some stuff from Reddit and Google. Confused Jack said this is kind of messing with me. Oren says it visually looks correct with the L. All right, question 2. This is more of an observation than a question because it's possible that CERN upgraded the LA. Before we start, Brian, can you see if Teresa's backstage, please?
Yeah.
She's been gone a while.
Yeah, there she is.
There she is.
Welcome back, Teresa.
Okay. Teresa, you there?
Teresa, can you adjust your mic?
All right, well.
Okay, well, we get that worked out. So there's a question number 2 here. This is more of an observation than question, because it's possible that CERN upgraded the LHC, which could have changed its appearance.
Teresa left again, probably to see if it fixes the mic.
I remember the LHC being neutral colors of grays, whites, blacks, and a little blue. And there are images of the device in these colors, making me think it's most likely an upgrade. What's changed? What's changed, you ask? And there are images of the device in these colors, making me think it's most likely it was an upgrade. So it's full on
twice, but
it's okay. It's full on rainbow now with multiple colors all over it. Have you ever seen the LHC look like this? Looks like a mosaic almost.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's upgrades because there are original pictures of how I remember it, but that's a lot of color. I don't remember that. I mean, the top image, go back for a second, Brian.
Has anybody ever visited the LHC?
The top image on the top right says the image is from 2007. Very colorful for 2007.
Again, Sandy doesn't know if any of this has been covered before, but she wanted to bring the possible changes to our attention before she forgets again. Okay, that looks like that's it on that one.
Yep. Check for Teresa before we go to the next one.
Welcome back, Teresa. I don't know why it keeps kicking her out. Teresa, you there?
Is your volume down? Teresa, try using the volume button to raise your volume. Or go into settings on your screen, Teresa, in StreamYard, see settings, and see what it says is selected for the microphone.
Yeah, you have to make sure you can choose your correct output device. Or input device in this case. And she's out again.
Oh, boy.
We'll try to get her back, guys. I'm so sorry. All right, so this next one goes to Curiouser and Curiouser. You want to read this one, Sandy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is going to be number 6, and what is this one called?
I guess you could call it the well, I'll tell you after the presentation.
Well, can you just tell me now?
Well, then I'm gonna give away what the presentation's about. No.
Okay, well, you mean after the slides? This
Yes.
one?
Yes.
Okay, so by now we've all heard about the God particle. It was part of the Higgs boson particle discovered at CERN in 2012. Many believe the experiments that led to its discovery created the Mandela effect. I find it very interesting that what is it? There was that scientist. Remember that picture of the scientist? He was holding up that sign, the old guy with the long white hair. Remember him?
Yes.
And what was that sign he was holding up? Didn't it
It's a
say
Mandela
Nelson?
effect, didn't it?
No, didn't it say something about Nelson? Or
I don't remember exactly. I only saw it once. The signs they were holding up made it look like they were responsible for the Mandela effect.
the thing is that the video, or excuse me, the guy was holding a sign that said Mandela. Then there was something to do with James Bond, wasn't it? Who played the
James
first
Bond.
James Bond? Wasn't it Barry Nelson?
Oh, yes. Wow, it's an old Mandela.
Yeah, it was well, actually Sean Connery actually played the first James Bond. And where am I getting Barry Nelson from?
I don't know. Brian, stay on.
Okay, he played James Bond also. That's what it was. All right. True or false? So we know of the God particle, but have you ever heard of the OMG or Oh my God particle?
So that's the name of the file folder for your description. True or false, guys? Have you ever heard, or yes or no, have you ever heard of the oh my God particle, OMG particle? Not the God particle, the OMG particle. Virgo says nope. JT74 says no.
No, me
Later
neither.
says no.
Me neither.
Philo says, oh my God. Oren is a no. Confused Jack is a no. Wizardry is a yes. Philo is a no. Scott Garrison, oh my God, no. Hey, Captain Kirk.
Seth, you still awake?
Never, and I'm into this stuff, says Maddie.
All right, discovered way back in 1991, the Oh my God particle broke all speed records known to science, assuming it was a proton. Scientists determined that this particle traveled at 0.99, again, that's a lot of nines, of the speed of light. So, meaning if it originated from 1.5 billion light years away, it would only take 1.71 days to reach Earth, not months or years, but days.
Which
So
is just crazy.
the
It
particle
travels 1.5 billion light years in less than 2 days.
Yeah, this particle wasn't created like the Higgs boson at CERN. It was observed on October 15, 1991 by the Fly's Eye camera in Dugway Proving Ground, Utah. It's the highest energy cosmic ray ever observed and recorded. So you're telling me we've observed this in 1991, and why have we not heard about this?
I don't know.
So now that you know what it is and how long it's been observed, is the oh my god or the OMG particle new for you too?
New
It
for
is
me.
for me.
Yep.
Hey Seth, have you ever heard of the oh my god particle? Again, fellow fans of the Mandela effect, we're like playing crime scene investigators here. We're seeing that we have already put up the yellow tape, so we're just trying to examine the evidence here. Yeah.
How many days of my life have I wasted watching all these stupid ads on those games?
Probably a lot.
More than I can
Yeah, that's first world problems dealing with ads on games. Am I right?
I don't even way to add your card.
Ads on games keep that game free.
Exactly.
They were able to observe it with the Fly's Eye camera, which I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I don't know if I should show this. This will just be for humor purposes. I'm not even
kids, you give a warning that kids should not be watching.
Okay, if your kids are watching, please move them away from this next Mandela effect that we're about to talk about.
I would say no one under 13.
It's not kid friendly. I'll put it that way.
PG-13. And this one is expanded from last night's show.
So yeah, if you'll please take a moment.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we hear you. Yay!
God, I don't know what it was. The volume is acting weird.
All right,
Okay.
well, we're just telling everyone that we're having a PG-13 folder come up, and that use discretion.
Yeah,
with
put your children to bed. Is it the one that I'm going to choke on?
Mhm.
Yeah, please hide your children from this next one, okay?
Yeah, hide. Yeah, make sure your son don't see this too.
Okay, apparently there's this certain kind of fly trap.
Oh, that's old.
I'm not going to read that, but so many of us have seen the sense of humor of the Mandela effect. Like when these phallic pitcher plants were discovered a couple of years ago. But now we've seen the Peter chili pepper, which again shows the ridiculousness that is the Mandela effect. Have you ever seen these Peter peppers before?
No, the name is actually Peter Pepper. Have you ever seen a Peter Pepper before?
No,
That's
it sounds
the
like
actual
that tongue
name.
twister. That old school tongue twister. Peter
Yep.
Piper picked a peck of peppers.
These are not fake. These are all 100% real.
Wait, how does it go? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, right?
Yep. Yep.
Say that 5 times fast.
No, because we have a lot to show.
Peter peppers were first documented in the 1700s and are native to Texas and Louisiana. So I'm curious if Southerners are familiar with them. Anyone familiar with these? I've never heard of them.
Neither.
You think they'd have these in the grocery stores, right?
You would think. They're just chili peppers.
Yep.
Watch, they will be now. You will find them
now
in the
we've
store.
talked about male anatomy, let's talk about the female anatomy in nature. we're all aware of figs, but when they are just starting to grow, they look like a round berry. So, which some on Reddit have jokingly nicknamed them the BOOB berry. Figs or ficus berries of
Ficus.
every
Oh,
variety.
it's spelled wrong. Ficus. Sorry.
Ficus have this pattern, which is most obvious when grouped as two, but others give off the illusion of these appendages, female appendages, due to their color and protrusions. I don't know about you, but I don't ever recall figs at any stage resembling these female
Brian,
appendages before.
Brian, breast is not a bad word. You can say breast. You say
Okay,
chicken breast,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, breast. Okay. So yeah, apparently.
I'm sorry, guys. Do you ever remember figs looking like this as they're growing? I think this is a change. I don't think figs used to look like this growing. This is ridiculous looking.
And finally, we come to a cactus that looks like it's entirely made of female breasts. The official nickname is the blue candle cactus, which I can see the resemblance to a candle, but up close, that's what it looks like. Looks like women's breasts that are stacked on top of one another, which looks ridiculous. So, again, people are calling them certain types of cactus and the leaning tower of, you fill in the blank. So again, I've never seen these before. Have you guys? Were you aware of these, or do you think the Emmy is creating things for us to laugh at? Whatever it is, this world seems to have gotten more promiscuous and lewd. So these Emmy fits right into, what is that? Sandy? I think we lost Sandy. Yep, we did. There she is.
In my honest opinion.
Okay, thank you.
That's what
Are we done with these?
stands for.
Are we done? Oh no, we're not done. Never mind.
We're not done. We still haven't done
Yeah,
yours.
I forgot. A lot of these internet acronyms were generated by people in chat rooms back in the 90s. So, EMHO, I've seen that before. So, in my honest opinion, there you go.
Yeah.
Is that it?
No, there's no. Well, that's it for that one. Yeah.
Okay.
That's not it for the folders though.
So, what is this folder called?
Well, just call it what the folder's called.
Sandy, you could tell them to put down X-rated plants.
Yeah, I have the ME has a sense of humor food.
You remember some years ago when we started talking about these kinds of plants? Do you remember there's a certain type of cucumber, it's called a squirting cucumber. Do you remember us talking about that?
Yes, I do, Brian. Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't mention that in here too.
She had her mind on other stuff.
No, I was just focusing on newer stuff as opposed to old stuff.
Okay. I'm tired.
It could be humble. It could be used either way, High Pockets. Welcome.
Okay, these are. Okay, all right.
How much more do we have, Brian? How much more do we have?
I think there might be
There's two.
2 more
Oh.
or 3.
Yeah,
How
2 or
many?
3 more.
2 or 3
Oh,
more.
One of them's
geez.
yours, Teresa.
Let's do it next.
Yeah, we're gonna try to make these last 2
Fast.
because we are closing in on that 90 minutes. Actually, we're right at the 90 minutes.
Yeah, I'm starting
I like
to crash, Brian.
Yeah, no, I like to keep these shows around 90 minutes for that reason.
All right, well, let's start. Let's get these 3
Well,
out of the way.
Before we start, no, Michael Fontaine, I haven't had a chance to check my email. I've had a lot going on the past week. My stepmom's in the hospital. My mom's in rehab. The eviction going on. My dad's home alone, just getting over COVID. There's a lot going on, so I haven't even looked at email, to be honest with you. I'm going to soon because a lot of people are sending me stuff, but I haven't looked at email in a couple days. All right, Teresa, go on.
My ex-husband used to purchase a magazine in the 1980s that I believe has had the title Mandela. Brian, you might even know this one.
Okay.
It was a horror magazine, very popular.
Okay, so
All Things Horror Genre magazine that launched in the 1979 and can still be purchased today through subscription. Only which title do you remember? 1, Fangora, or 2, Fangoria. I don't know how that's pronounced. So which one looks familiar to you, Brian?
probably Fangora. Or no, wait. Dang.
Too late, you said
Fangoria. I don't know.
it. Yeah, but you said the first one the first time.
So in the chat, we have Wizardry with 2.
Oh,
Philo remembers both.
wow.
Josh Penn is 2. 1 for Scott Garrison. 1 makes more sense, says Confused Jack. Last Flyboy is 2. Maddie is 1.
Whoa.
Joe doesn't know. Confused Jack, but 2 fits the page better.
This is
Maddie
interesting,
says,
Sandy.
oops, 2. Orin says 1.
Wow. That's crazy, Sandy.
Oh, wait,
So,
Michael Fontaine. Teresa already covered that a couple years ago.
what?
Talking about Fonzie jumping over the shark, and that's where the saying "jump the shark" came from.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
Happy Days. Yeah, Teresa already covered that.
Oh, a long time ago.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Yeah, I just found this one barely, right, Sandy?
Yeah.
I remember the magazine being called Fangora, R.A., but it's always been Fangoria. Do you remember Fangora?
And look at
And
that.
that's what I
font.
remember.
Look at that logo with all the merging and weird letters.
Yeah, look at those A's. Almost look like pyramids.
I had to purposely merge the graphic. And
Oh,
that's a
thank
different
you.
font than this.
I don't remember it spelled this way. I was like, And that's the current timeline, IA. Yeah, I remember this magazine. Confused Jack remembers Angora.
Wait a second. Hold on, Teresa. Michael Fontaine
What?
says no, he jumped over the shark on his motorcycle, but Jeopardy says water skis. I remember the water skis.
So do I.
Is it a motorcycle now, or do you remember a motorcycle?
I remember water skis because he was
do
like
I.
up. Yeah, don't tell me it changed. We'll have to look into that one. If it changed, that's huge. You know that, right?
Right.
It was
So
always
did it
water
change, or
skis.
is that your memory?
No, I remember water skis.
No.
I don't know
I'm
what it is.
asking Teresa. I'm asking Michael Fontaine.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
And we're gonna look at residue. There's tons of residue from Gora. I'm not alone on this one. Look at this. A lot of these
No.
are from Twitter.
Maddie says, I think I just took a download. Feels so violated. Oiler Greg,
Look
so
it up,
Oiler
Brian.
Greg, I remember water skiing. I remember water skis as high pockets. In a leather jacket, yes, says Oiler.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he had shorts on too, remember? He was wearing like shorts,
Yeah.
like tight shorts. His hairy legs were showing. White legs. I remember that. Yeah. And here's
Get
more
out of here.
residue.
It changed. Michael Fontaine
What?
says it was a motorcycle. He landed 10 off the ramp. The shark was in a pool in Archie's parking lot. No way. No freaking way. That's
No.
huge.
Wait, what is this? What are we talking about?
No, he was in a water. He was like in a lake, remember?
Wait, what are we talking about here?
Fonzie, there was a scene that he jumped over a shark, but the shark was in like water, remember? It was like a lake or something, and they were watching from a distance.
I thought
Remember?
the
He was
ocean.
like jumping over it. Yeah, an ocean. And you telling me it changed?
He's saying
Uh,
it's now with a motorcycle in Archie's parking lot.
What?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, no way.
Yeah,
Is
we'll look into
Michael
that. We'll look into it,
Michael
Michael.
Michael, if you're in my group, do you mind posting that?
No, don't
Is that
post it. We're going to look it up and cover it if it's changed.
okay? Well, let's look it up and cover it then.
That's what I'm saying. We'll have to look into it for next week.
All right, so don't post it then. Let's go on. I'm gonna come on.
We're on the last folder now. We're
Oh,
talking
thank
about
God.
Yeah, this one's mine. Size
Corona,
Go ahead.
Corona slogan.
Yes. I am so curious what people remember here.
Freaking out about the Happy Days thing, Sandy. That's freaking me out. No, he was on the water and he had a jacket on, and I think he had a T-shirt and tight shorts. And remember, he was on skis.
Yeah, I know.
And you're telling me it changed?
That's what Michael Fontaine said. We have to
Oh my
research
God,
it.
I'm gonna have
We have to
nightmares
see if
now.
it's more than once now. Maybe there's 2 episodes. We got to look. We
All
can't
right.
just post stuff. We have to look.
All right, last one. I promise, just the last
Wheeler
one.
Greg, see, Wheeler Greg says he was water. Google says he was water skiing. So there might be 2 episodes. We have to look. That's the whole folder, Brian. Are you presenting with sound?
Yeah, can you hear me?
No. Are you presenting with sound? There's
Can you hear
video
me?
clips. Yes, but are you presenting the folder with sound?
No, I'm not. Why?
Because I need it. There's 2 clips.
Okay, we're there. I'm in the very beginning though. I'm in like the first thing.
Okay. All right. It's fine. All right. So, disclaimer, this Mandela effect may only apply to U.S. residents. I want you guys to think back to 2020 and the start of the lockdown. The White House had 2 slogans. The first one was 15 days to flatten the curve. Okay? Now here's the question. But the second one has 100% changed for me. Now there's an extra dot there. It should be 5. It should be 4 slashes. So it's a 4-letter word that begins with an S. Please fill in the blank. 15 days, later changed to 30 days, to blank the spread. 4-letter word starting with an S. What is the word you remember? 15 days to blank the spread. Oren says stop. Slow says Josh Penn. Slow says Belater. I agree, Oiler Greg. Slow for wizardry. Philo is saying both, stop or slow.
Stop for me.
Teresa, what do you remember?
I remember 15 days changed to 30 days to stop the spread. Stop.
Stop for Teresa. Philo is saying stop.
Yeah.
Whether Greg says slow. I remember both, to be honest, says Josh. But recently, more slow. JT says stop. I also remember 15 days to flatten the curve. That has not changed. Oren, I heard stop as they wanted us indoors and to feel good about keeping the mask on. Maddie says stop, obviously. I stopped watching news years ago too, but I watched Trump's press conferences in the beginning. Yeah, 15 days was a long 2 years. 2 weeks to flatten the curve, yep. Philo, stop. I put both because I figured those are the likely choices. So Philo remembers stop. Scott Garrison is slow. All right, we can go on, Brian. So wait till I read it before you play the video clip. All right. I only remember ever hearing 15 days to stop the spread. We were trying to make it disappear, die out. But it's always been slow now, as Jesse Waters asks us if we remember. No, Jesse, I do not remember that. Because back then we weren't thinking, oh, we're gonna have to live with this. We were like, we need to make it go away. We need to stop the spread. But now it's slow. Go ahead, Brian, play the clip.
With their old slogan, 15 days to slow the spread. Remember
Volume's too low. The volume's too low, Brian.
It's at max.
With their old slogan, 15 days to slow the spread. Remember that one?
He said slow.
Yes, that's what it is now. It's slow. I remember stop. All right, next slide. Let me read it first. But the clip he shows next is the best residue one could ask for. Dr. Burks, and the spelling of her name, I didn't find any residue of a different spelling though. Dr. Burke saying stop the spread with all materials around her and in her hands saying slow the spread. Is this what you remember? So she says stop, everything around her says slow. Go ahead, Brian, play the clip.
We really worked on messaging to the American people about these 15 days to stop the spread.
She said stop the spread.
She says stop the spread while holding up a slow the spread paper.
Wow.
Well, no, 15 isn't odd. It's half of a month. 15 days and 30 days is what it switched to. Australia did have a stop the spread campaign, but in the US, it has always been slow the spread.
Okay. Australia did have a stop the spread campaign, but in the U.S., it has always been slow the spread.
Yeah, I just read that.
Yep. I'm sorry. I'm starting to fall asleep, Sandy. We need to get going here with the rest of it.
Yeah, I hope I'm not alone on this, but even if I am, I know this has changed. It took over a year before the U.S. government started admitting that we would have to live with the virus. And as you can see here, 15 days, 30 days to slow the spread. It was always stop for me. It never said slow. I don't remember Burke's either. The name is wrong. Now, Philadelphia had a poster about masking to stop the spread. And way back at the start of the pandemic, We all were hoping it would eventually die out, so we wanted to stop transmissions, not slow the transmission. And here is the current reality of slow the spread. There's two of them. Just to show you it's everywhere from government documents to posters to everything.
You would think it would be to try to stop the spread, because if you slow the spread, that means you're still encouraging the spreading.
And it's going to take longer for it to go away. Longer for...
Well, again,
Exactly.
This is a
You want it...
sadly on YouTube, it's a really sensitive subject. Like, I don't want to go too
I need
far
to explain
into
these.
the dynamics of it.
All right, let me explain what we're looking at. Don't leave the slide. So at the top, New Jersey 101.5, welcome to 2021 and day 295 of 15 days to stop the spread. Below, we have Miami Springs, 15 days to stop the spread. And then underneath it, it says 15 days to slow the spread. At the top, it says President Trump, lockdown now, coronavirus. Trump declares 15 days to stop the spread and admits crisis could last until August. Then when you go further down the article, it says Donald Trump has said the U.S. has 15 days to slow the spread. So stop in the title, slow in the body of the article. So this is a chart on some website, government website, about the cases, and that box at the top says 15 days to stop the spread. Brian, can you read that box in green? It's too small for me.
The president's decision to extend the 15 days to stop the spread initiative to April 30th was based on modeling data that shows a peak in U.S. cases and death over the next few weeks.
So as you can see, they're referencing the president's 15 days to stop the spread, but it's always been slow. Hey, Brian. There's a stop the spread graphic for PA. WHYY, which is Philadelphia's public broadcasting, PBS. A week ago, I'm trying to read it, go back. Brian, go back. I was reading it.
Okay.
It's not on my screen yet. I gotta wait. A week ago, the White House came out with a 15 days to stop the spread plan. All right, now you can go on. And this is Libertarian, 15 days to stop the spread 1 year later. And it says March 16, 2020 brought for the first time 15 days to stop the spread. So if you guys remember slow, that's great, but it was always stop for me. And hopefully this residue shows you that my reality existed.
It was always stop the spread to me.
Me too.
Anyway, that's all we have, folks, for tonight. So there's 9 recorded effects for tonight. And I want to thank everyone for coming. And we hope to see you again on our next show.
Brian, you're going to have the links in the description, right?
Yes.
For the fundraiser?
Yeah, please remember to
Guys,
help Andy, guys, so that we can avoid eviction, because that's what we're trying to do here, is to prevent Sandy from being evicted. You know,
like Teresa and I today were looking at apartments in my area. My rent with a late fee is $10.30. A 2-bedroom apartment, which is what we have, because we have I have a teenage stepson in college who lives here. A 2-bedroom apartment in my area now, the cheapest one is going for almost $1,600. Like if we get evicted, we can't afford to even, we just can't afford that.
No.
So
Most everybody's
we are,
rent around here is around $1,500 a month now, where I'm at.
yeah.
I'm one bedroom upstairs, and I'm 1,400 in Las Vegas. That's one bedroom upstairs. Yeah, we're at 1,400. There's some around here that are even higher from where I'm at.
We were fortunate that our landlord believes in, he'd rather keep a tenant than price them out and then have to, fix up the apartment and pay a real estate agent to sell it again, to rent it again. He would rather not raise the rent and keep you here. So we've been fortunate, like our rent has only gone up $100 since we moved in a decade ago.
That's
And
incredible.
it is incredible. Like I and again, I don't, we're gonna, my whole family is going to have to split up because no one can take all of us if we get evicted. So please share it. If you can't donate, please share. We have to reach this goal, because if we don't reach the goal, he's still gonna want the money and we're not gonna have it, and then he is gonna proceed with the eviction. So if you haven't shared it yet, please do so. I would really appreciate it.
Sorry, I just
All right, guys.
Yeah, Teresa and I are getting ready to crash. I know it's pretty late on the East Coast. It's already after midnight.
It's 10 here, and I
And
gotta
we're
get
not
up
going to
for.
have a show next week on Sunday. If we do have a show next week, turn your notifications on, make sure the bell is clicked, because we may go live Wednesday, Thursday, somewhere in there next week. If not, we will be here the following Sunday. But next Sunday, Brian's going to be driving, so
Oh, you are, Brian? I didn't hear you.
yeah,
Yeah,
we're
I'm
not
gonna be
having a
on the
show on
road
Sunday.
next weekend, probably for like 14 hours.
Oh, you'll be traveling somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay. Have a safe travel wherever you're going.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Really quick, there's a question for me in the chat.
Uh-huh.
I've always seen pink skies. I grew up, my step grandfather had a boat, and on the boat had a plaque that said, "Pink skies in morning, sailors take warning. Pink skies at night, sailors delight." So I've actually, I'm not affected by that one. I've always seen pink skies, not often, but if I see a pink sky in the morning, I know it's going to rain. And pink skies at night, I don't see that often, but it usually means it's going to be hot the next day.
Ah.
All right, Sandy, I hate to say we have to go, but we do have to go. Again, I want to wish everyone a great Mandela Effect night, and God bless. Thank you for coming and being here with us.
Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Thank you
night.
for coming to the show. Good night.